Welcome. Today you're going to start standing at the top of our mats. I want you to focus on standing up tall. Shoulders are tucked behind you, pulling away from the ears, opening up the heart through our practice, trying to keep this proud chest here. Your chin tucked in slightly, finding length in the spine, the core slightly active, your hips underneath your shoulders, tucking your tailbone in slightly, your hips over your ankles, making sure your feet are hip width apart, really rooting yourself into the earth beneath you. Feeling that support beneath you from the earth, rising up into that proud chest, standing tall here. Repeating these words to yourself out loud, or just whispered to yourself, or you can even just say it in your mind. I can handle anything that comes my way. I can handle anything that comes my way. Focusing on taking deep, long breaths. Really try to take this full, deep breath here into the stomach, into the chest, into your shoulders. And as you exhale, let it all out of the shoulders, out of the chest, out of the stomach. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Really let all the air out. And then the cycle begins again, taking those long, deep breaths, proud chest. Bringing your awareness into those feet, rooting in towards the earth. I want you to here shift your weight gently into your left foot and start to lift the right leg up, bringing your foot onto your thigh, onto your calf, or down by your ankle, wherever suits you here today. Standing up tall still, coming into our variation, whatever this may look like for you, our tree pose. We're still standing tall. We're going to bring our hands together to meet at our heart, noticing the breath in the chest now that your hands have some contact. The rise and fall of the chest. I invite you to maybe start to raise your hands over your head if that calls to you, and start to open up the palms. Wherever you may be here, taking a moment to repeat these words to yourself. I am strong and powerful. Again, I am strong and powerful. Slowly you'll bring your hands back together. Palms will meet and slowly float down towards your heart if they're not already there. All meeting back with our hands at our heart. With your next exhale, you'll release. Rooting both feet back into the earth, finding your Tadasana again. Then you're going to shift your weight now into your right foot And again, place that left foot by your ankle, up on your calf or up on your thigh, wherever it feels or calls to you today. Taking a deep breath here, making sure the shoulders are still pulling back away from the ears. We're standing tall, proud chest. We'll bring those hands to meet the chest, palms together. Deep breath. If you're feeling strong here, staying here. If you're feeling called to move your hands, we're going to slowly start to lift our hands over our heads and maybe open up our palms, all finding our own tree pose today, repeating the next affirmation to ourselves. My confidence continues to grow. Affirming to yourself, my confidence continues to grow. With your next exhale, we'll release, coming back to your Tadasana, rooting both feet into the earth, standing up tall. On your next inhale, you'll start to reach both hands up towards the sky, full body stretch here. And now as you exhale, hands together, but you're going to dive yourself into a forward fold. Releasing the arms, releasing the head, maybe taking a moment to shake out the arms, shake out the head, release tension in the shoulders and your neck. Making sure we're still breathing deeply and saying to yourself here, I release fear, tension, and stress. I release fear, tension, and stress. Together we're going to plant our hands into the mat. And from here, you're going to step your right foot back behind you, coming into a low lunge. With an inhale, you'll start to reach your hands up towards the sky. So your right knee is stacked over your ankle. You're sinking your hips down towards the earth. Your hands are reaching up towards the sky. Or if you'd like, you can take your hands to your hips, or you can place them on the knee in front of you, or you can find some blocks. Whatever makes you feel more grounded today. Saying these words to yourself here. I'm grateful for who I am. On your next exhale, we're just going to shift our hips back, straighten in the front leg, coming into half monkey pose. Making sure the spine is long so your hands are either on the floor or up on some blocks to get some height so you can really straighten the spine here. The toes are pulling back behind you, flexing that foot. Keeping your hips square to face the front. Make sure that you're breathing deeply. Affirming to yourself, I courageously protect my happiness. I courageously protect my happiness. With your next inhale now, start to roll the hips forward again, planting your right hand into the mat. And with an inhale, the left hand is going to start to reach up towards the sky, coming into a revolved low lunge. making sure the chest is proud, spine is long here. Repeating to yourself here, I breathe in strength and breathe out fear. I breathe in strength. I breathe out fear. Exhale. Drop your hand down towards the mat. You're going to curl your back toes and you're going to make your way into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Taking it to the other side, going to step your left leg behind you this time, dropping the back knee, sinking the hips down towards the earth, coming into that low lunge, finding whichever variation works for you. With your inhale, you'll find your hands on your block, on your knee, on your hips, or reaching up, whatever suits you today. Making sure you're breathing deeply. We'll say to ourselves here, I'm creating the life of my dreams. I am creating the life of my dreams. With an exhale, start to shift your hips back, coming into that half monkey pose. Your hands will find the blocks or the mat, straightening that front leg, flexing the foot, making sure your hips are square to face the front. Breathe here. Saying to yourself, I release all self-doubt. I release all self-doubt. With your next inhale now, start to roll the hips forward again. You're going to plant your left hand into the mat. With an inhale, you're going to start to lift the right hand up towards the sky, coming into your revolved low lunge here. Making sure the spine is long, chest is proud. Saying to yourself, I am finding it easier to move forward without fear. I'm finding it easier to move forward without fear. Your next exhale, release, dropping the hand down towards the mat. And when you're ready, finding your way into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Breathe here. Together we'll plant both hands into the mat once again. This time we're going to step both feet back into a plank pose and right away go down into the mat, dropping down onto our stomachs. Then you're going to lift the chest, dropping your elbows into the mat, coming into our Sphinx pose. I want you to take a moment to make sure that your shoulders are directly over your elbows. Your fingers are spread out wide, your hands rooting into the earth. Make sure your shoulder blades are squeezing behind you, finding length in the spine. Open the heart. Rather than pushing your weight into your hands, I want you to try and almost pull those hands back. So you'll notice as you do that, that chest lifts a little bit more. With this proud chest, saying to yourself, today I'm living fearlessly. Today I am living fearlessly. Exhale. Gently release, dropping the chest down towards the mat again. From here, we're going to come into a half bow pose. Your left arm is going to go out down to your side, and your right hand is going to reach for your right ankle as you bend your knee. Grabbing hold of the outside of that right leg, start to kick your leg into your hand as you lift the chest and open the heart. Half bow pose, breathe deeply here and repeat to yourself, I have what it takes to conquer my fears. I have what it takes to conquer my fears. With your next exhale, gently release. We'll swap sides so that right arm will come to your side. The left hand will reach for that left ankle as you bend your knee. And when you feel ready with an inhale, start to kick your foot into your hand, lift the chest, open the heart, finding length in the spine here. Saying to yourself, I embrace the mistakes I have made because they will help me grow. I embrace the mistakes I have made because they will help me grow. With an exhale, gently release. This time we're going to come into a full bow pose. So we're going to bend both knees, grab hold of both ankles, trying to keep your knees squeezing together. As you lift, you're going to kick your feet into your hands, open the heart, lifting up, getting this nice bow pose, trying to find length in the spine, gazes forward. Saying to yourself, facing my fears empowers me. Facing my fears empowers me. With your next exhale, gently release. We're now going to take our hands out in front of us, placing your forehead down on your hands. Release your feet down. Your feet are going to open up so you're flat against the floor. Coming into our crocodile pose. Release any tension within the body. Feel yourself melting into the earth supporting you here. Saying to yourself, I am calm and at peace. I am calm and at peace. From here, you're going to just gently flip yourself over onto your back, coming into our Shavasana, transitioning however feels good for you. Adjusting the body so that you're completely comfortable. Shoulders are relaxed, arms at either side of you. Coming into our final affirmation here. Saying to yourself, let the fear flow away like a river. Let the fear flow away like a river. Spend as much time as you need here in your Shavasana, taking your time as you come out of this practice, trying to carry the sense of calm and ease you've created here for yourself. Take time to thank yourself for coming here today and taking care of yourself, grounding yourself. Feel free to come back to this practice whenever you need it. If you like this practice and want to see more, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you don't want to miss out on any of my future videos, please hit the bell icon